All right, it's 3 o'clock now. Let's get started. A very good afternoon to everyone present here today. My name is Amy, your host and also your moderator for today's virtual talk. Before we get started, just want to have a quick check that everybody is able to see the screen that has been shared by our speaker and also be able to hear me clearly. Yes, okay. Thank you so much once again for joining us today on this Sunday afternoon. Okay, today is our 26th episode, and we have been really honored and privileged to be working with Gleneagles Hospital Kuala Lumpur in our collaboration for our monthly virtual health talk that has been going on since April 2020. So today we have a topic that's very relevant to our lifestyle that we have. Some of us having very busy lifestyle, and also a lot of people are always saying that I don't know what to cook, I don't know what to eat, especially in this pandemic. All right, so I think today's topic is very relevant with our health. So before that, allow me to introduce our speaker, our beautiful speaker for today. Okay, she is a clinical dietitian with 2 years of experience in clinical setting, completed her professional dietetic training in various fields such as government hospitals, health clinics, food service centers, and dialysis centers. Had international exposure at Beijing Hospital, China. She graduated from International Medical University Malaysia, IMU, with a Bachelor of Science Honours in Dietetics and Nutrition. She is also a member of Malaysian Dietitians Association, MDA. Okay, and she has performed a medical nutrition therapy to inpatients and outpatients in areas including diabetes care, bariatric and weight management, renal nutrition, cardiovascular nutrition, elderly nutrition, critically ill patients requiring tube feeding, delivers patient-centered dietary consultation, and believes that listening and providing practical advice is key to guide patients in making meaningful long-term changes. Her hobbies and interests during free time includes baking and creating healthy recipes. Without further delay, can we all give a warm welcome to Miss Ti Hui Li. Miss Ti, now to you.
Thank you. Thanks for the kind introduction. Okay, hello everyone. My name is Ti Hui Li and I'm a dietitian from Gleneagles, Kuala Lumpur. So the topic that I'll be sharing today is nutrition and immunity. Since the whole world is in a pandemic right now, so understandably everyone is very interested in optimizing their immune system through the means of diet and also nutrition. But there are also many misconceptions and confusion that may occur as well. So I hope this session will be able to benefit all of you. Okay, so first, let's understand a little bit regarding our immune system. So a balanced immune system is very important to protect our body from all kinds of illnesses. So it's mainly categorized into two. So the innate immunity, which is our natural immunity, such as our organs, and also the adaptive immunity, such as those immunity cells. So the primary role of our immune system is to protect ourselves against all the harmful organisms, such as your bacteria, viruses, fungi, or parasites. Okay. However, our immune system is actually very complex and is influenced by so many different things that may affect our immune response. So there are things that we cannot control, such as genetics or stage of life course, such as pregnancy, infancy, or old age. But there are also some modifiable factors, such as stress, physical fitness, body fatness, and diet can also influence our immune response. So for today's topic, I'll mainly focus on the nutrition intake, which is our dietary lifestyle. Okay, so apart from maintaining a balanced diet, there are also certain practices which are also very important to support our immune system, such as practicing good hygiene, such as washing your hands, getting adequate rest, exercising, and hydrating ourselves with sufficient fluid. And it is also proven that those who are poorly nourished are at definitely a greater risk of having all kinds of infections. Okay, so the most important question is, does an immune boosting diet exist? So, we can see that so many products or certain food products that claim that they can boost the immune system, but is it true? Okay, currently, there is no specific food or nutrient that has been clinically proven to boost the immune system all on its own, despite the claims on some of the food and supplement labels. Okay, we actually need a variety of food and a well-balanced diet that provide us with protein, antioxidants, essential fatty acids, vitamins, minerals, and phytonutrients. So basically all of these nutrients, they work together to keep our immune functions optimally. But you might wonder, so how do we ensure that we have a balanced diet? So one of the easiest tool is actually to refer to the Malaysian food pyramid. So I'm sure that most of you are familiar with the food pyramid on the left, which is the 2010 version. But many of you do not know that it has an upgraded version, which is the 2020 version, which is on the right. So among the two pyramid, right, there's actually four major differences. So the first differences and the most obvious one we can see is actually the switch in places between the third and fourth level, meaning to say the vegetables and fruits group has switched places with the carbohydrate food groups. So the vegetables food groups is now at the most bottom level, which is meant to be taken in the largest amount. Okay, so this also brings us to the next difference. So since the carbohydrate food group has moved to the third level, the recommendation has actually reduced from 4 to 8 servings a day to actually only 3 to 5 servings a day. But then you might also wonder, how do I know what is one serving? Okay, so this also brings me to the next difference. So on the right, if you look closely to the individual pictures, you can actually see how one serving looks like. So for example, like we see the carbohydrate, 2 pieces of bread, 2 slices of bread is equivalent to 1 serving. Okay, or for example, like the fruits, 1 slice of papaya is equivalent to 1 serving. So yeah, the pictures actually show you how 1 serving looks like. Okay, so the last difference would be the addition of plain water. So the previous pyramid actually did not show how much fluid we should take in a day. So in general, we should take around at least 6 to 8 glasses of plain water in a day. Okay, so why would we the government would change the food pyramid? So this upgraded version actually tackles our current national health issues due to all the increasing rate of the non-communicable diseases such as diabetes, high blood cholesterol levels, high blood pressure, and also the current pandemic. Okay, so now that we know that there is a new food pyramid, it's also very important for us to understand a little bit deeper on how to decode this food pyramid so we can practice them in our daily lives. Okay, so to decode this, we would definitely see from the lowest bottom first, which is our vegetables and fruits. This has to be taken in the most amount as compared to other food groups, which is 3 servings of vegetables and 2 servings of fruits a day. So, and then the third level would be our carbohydrate, which is our staple food lah. So for example, your rice, cereals, whole grains, cereals-based products, and also tubers like potato, sweet potato, yam, or pumpkin. Okay, next will be our protein intake. It's also very important for our body. So we have fish, poultry, eggs, meat, legumes, and also all the milk and milk products. Okay, last but not least is the fats, oils, sugar, and salts, which is the topmost level of the food pyramid. This has to be taken in the most minimal amount. Okay, so actually a balanced diet, right, consists of a combination of all these different food groups that provides us with all the different nutrients that our body need, because there's no one single food that can give you all the nutrients that our body needs. So it's very important to get all the different food groups. Okay, but do note that this recommended serving size on the food pyramid, they are actually calculated based on 1,005 calories, 1,008, and 2,000 calories for adults. So if you are less active or you are more sedentary, I would suggest you to choose the minimum number of serving. Okay. And also, there's no one size that fits all. So if you require like individual diet plan, or if you have certain condition that requires more specific diet control, you must consult a dietitian. Okay. Okay, so next I'll be giving you some 3 basic tips when we plan our meals using the food pyramid. So it's easier to remember by the alphabet B, M, and V. Okay, so B actually stands for balance, M for moderation, and V for variety. So balance meaning we should eat all of the food groups daily, more from the bottom levels and less from the higher levels. So what I meant by food groups is those that you've seen in the food pyramid just now, like your protein, your carbohydrate, your fiber, your fruits and vegetables. Okay, so moderation is to eat the right amount based on your recommended serving sizes for each of the food group. Okay, variety is to have a variety of food throughout the day. Okay. So now that I will go into a little bit deeper about the specific nutrients that have shown to be crucial in supporting our healthy immune system. So there are a few nutrients that I would like to highlight. So we have prebiotics and probiotics, protein, vitamin C, vitamin A and D, E, omega-3 fatty acids, and also zinc and selenium. Okay, so firstly, I will just talk a little bit about prebiotics and probiotics first. Okay, so did you know that actually 70% of our immune system exists in our gut? So our large intestine, right, actually holds a huge number of bacteria, which is called the gut flora. And a good gut flora, which is all the good microorganisms that live in our gut, helps to promote a good gut function, protects ourselves against infection, and also regulate the metabolism that helps with our immune system. So most importantly is the balance between the good and bad bacteria for us to have a healthy gut. Okay, so in addition to the balanced diet that you have seen previously, probiotics and prebiotics work together to modulate our digestive health. Okay, so what is essentially probiotics? They are gut health friendly bacteria, which is the good bacteria. And for prebiotics, they are the food that feeds the probiotics to survive and thrive in our gut. Okay, so be good to your gut because you know a healthy gut gives you a healthy digestion and subsequently you will have a healthy immune system. So these are some of the examples we can see for probiotics and prebiotics. So for probiotics, we can have yogurt, miso, kimchi, tempeh, or kombucha. So for prebiotics, you have fruits, whole grains, vegetables, or legumes. So one of the most popular combination of probiotics and prebiotics is actually to mix both plain low-fat yogurt with fruits. So this is especially good for if you want to have a snack in between your main meals. Okay, so however, on the other hand, right, there are also certain dietary patterns, right, that will disturb our healthy gut bacteria in our gut. Okay, so poor healthy habits will be, like ultra processed foods that are high in added sugar, unhealthy fats, excess salt, or additives. This will also lead you to, consume overconsumption of calories that might lead to an increased risk of overweight and obesity. This can cause a chronic inflammation of our gut and therefore suppress our immunity or impair the function of our immune system. So this is why, people living with obesity, they might have a weaker immune system. Okay, so now let's look into vitamin C. Vitamin C is definitely one of the most talked about vitamin during this pandemic. Okay, so what is vitamin C? It's actually a type of water-soluble vitamin found commonly in most of the fruits and vegetables that we eat. Okay, it is also a very important antioxidant that fights all the free radicals to prevent our cells damaging. Okay, but there are so many myths surrounding vitamin C that I will address. So vitamin C, actually, it doesn't boost our immunity. It doesn't also prevent you from catching a cold, and it doesn't need supplements for best effect. So what vitamin C do is actually supports and optimize our immune system. And if we consume vitamin C from a variety of fruits and vegetables, it will also provide us with additional nutrients, such as your fiber, antioxidants, or like phytonutrients, as compared to supplements alone. Okay, so how much vitamin C that is needed for our body daily? So based on the recommended nutrient intake for Malaysia 2017, for adults aged 19 and above, we are required to take around 70 milligrams a day of vitamin C. And the upper limit for vitamin C is actually 2000 milligram. So what happens if you take more than 2000 milligram? So you might experience some mild side effects, such as having nausea, vomiting, heartburn, diarrhea, stomach cramps, or headache. However, if you continuously take more than 2000 milligrams a day, you might experience severe side effects that comes along, such as risk of developing kidney stones, severe diarrhea, or iron overload. So if you were to take supplement on a daily basis, please remember to take note of the upper limit, which is 2000 milligram, and also drink sufficient water for excretion, because vitamin C, like I mentioned previously, is actually water soluble. Okay, so these are some of the example of vitamin C content commonly found in the fruits and vegetables. So as we can see, if we take one medium orange, it gives you around 30 milligrams of vitamin C. And if you take 1 cup of bell pepper, it gives you 144 milligrams. Meaning to say, right, if you follow the food pyramid to take 3 servings of vegetables and 2 servings of fruits, you would already have reached the requirement for vitamin C without having to take additional supplements. Okay, so now let's look into vitamin A and D. So vitamin A and D, they are actually very essential co-partners in our immune system and also supporting our bone health. So vitamin A, there's 2 different sources. So we can get it from animal source and also plant-based source. So for animal sources of vitamin, which is retinol, you can it's commonly found in eggs, milk and cheese, liver, fatty fish such as your tuna and mackerel. And on the other hand, the plant-based sources are most commonly found in like dark green, orange, red, or yellow colored fruits and vegetables. So the examples include, carrots, which are orange, pumpkin as well, spinach, dark green, broccoli, red and yellow peppers, and also sweet potato. So all these are very high in carotenoids, which is one of the antioxidants that can be converted into vitamin A. Okay. So vitamin D is also very important for our immune system. So it's also proven that low levels of vitamin D will increase your susceptibility to infections and diseases. However, actually, food sources that are rich in vitamin D is not a lot. So the most important source is actually the sunshine. That's why it's called the sunshine vitamin. So one of the tips to get sufficient vitamin D from the sunshine is to walk under the morning sun for approximately 10 to 20 minutes. Okay, but if this is not possible, you can also take vitamin D supplements. Okay, next we look into vitamin E and omega-3 fatty acids. So vitamin E is also a fat-soluble vitamin found commonly in vegetable oils, nuts, and seeds. It's also an important antioxidant like vitamin C. Okay, omega-3, on the other hand, is an essential fatty acids that gives you antioxidant as well as anti-inflammatory properties. So omega-3 is mostly found in fatty fish such as salmon, mackerel, tuna, or sardines, most of the nuts and seeds, and also plant oil such as flaxseed oil, soybean oil, or canola oil. Okay, so omega-3 fatty acid is very essential for us to obtain from the diet because our body cannot produce itself. So how do we ensure we have sufficient omega-3 fatty acids and also vitamin E as part of a healthy balanced diet? Okay, the first tip is to consume 1 handful of nuts and seeds every day. So 1 handful meaning is approximately 30 grams a day. And I will advise you to be mindful of the added sugar and salt that comes with the nuts and seeds. Okay, and another one is to consume fatty fish such as salmon or tuna, approximately 2 servings a week, and also use some vegetable oil for cooking. Okay, so now that we know about the balanced diet, with variety and also the appropriate serving sizes based on the Malaysian food pyramid. We also look into the different nutrients that support a healthy immune system. So you might wonder, how do I ensure my meal is balanced? Okay, so to look into how a meal would look like, one of the underrated and simple tool is actually the Malaysian healthy plate. So it's very simple and effective for all the Malaysians to follow. So it's commonly known as the quarter half or suku separuh. Okay, so which means to say, what your plate, imagine your plate, you fill quarter of your plate with your carbohydrates, which is our staple food, such as your rice, noodles or pasta, bread, oats, biscuits or tuber. So all these are our carbohydrates. Okay, so whenever possible, try to make half of your grains whole. So what I mean by whole, meaning whole grains. So whole grains other than brown rice, there are a lot of different sources. So we don't have to be so boring with our rice. You can take, black rice, red rice, any types of rice that are whole is also definitely better for you. So like for example, oats as well, or corn, whole wheat, wholemeal crackers, wholemeal bread. So all this is how we can add whole grains into our diet. So whole grains, right, has so many benefits. It can reduce your risk of so many diseases such as stroke, heart diseases, diabetes, cancer, and can also promote gut health. So because previously when I talked about gut health, I talked about prebiotics as well. So one of the prebiotics is actually whole grains. Okay, so whole grains comes with a lot of fiber. So one thing that most people don't know is also fiber actually digests slightly slower in our stomach. Therefore, it can help you to feel full longer. So it can indirectly help you to maintain a healthy body weight. Okay, so you can be very creative with adding whole grains into our diet. So apart from brown rice, you can also take some wholemeal pasta, or you can bake with wholemeal flour, or you can add quinoa into your salad, making overnight oats, couscous porridge, or like protein balls with oats as well. Okay, next is to fill another quarter of the plate with your protein. So protein is mainly your plant protein or your animal protein. Plant protein can be like your soybeans, tempeh, chickpeas, red beans, baked beans, tofu. Okay, so for animal protein, it's like your eggs, poultry, meat, and fish. So the standard portion is according to your palm size, because all of our palm size is different. So based on your palm size, this determines your protein portion for general healthy people. Yeah. So whenever possible, go for lean or plant-based protein. So what I mean by lean protein is like chicken without skin, or fish, eggs. So for plant-based protein, is like, those tofu, tempeh, beans. Okay, so like for how do we add proteins into our diet? So one of the interesting way is to cook together with your rice, like the first picture. So this is what like Koreans do as well. They will cook beans with together with their brown rice. Okay, we can also make some egg omelets, or you can add some nuts into your bread, or taking some green bean or red bean soup. Okay, take some salmon or add some chickpeas into your salad as well. Okay, and also try to adopt low-fat cooking methods. So what I mean by low-fat cooking methods is basically any cooking method that is not deep frying, basically. Because deep frying essentially absorbs a lot of oil. So those that are lower-fat cooking methods include like steaming, baking, saute, air fry, grill, poach, braise, or soup. So it doesn't always have to be steam, and steam. So you can be more creative in cooking your protein as well. Okay, so next is to fill half of the plate with fruits and vegetables. Okay, so how much we should take daily? So based on the food pyramid, we know that we have to take 2 servings of fruits and 3 servings of vegetables daily. So what I mean by 1 serving is, for vegetables, 1 cup of raw vegetables is considered 1 serving, or half cup of cooked vegetables is considered 1 serving. So in order to meet our recommended 3 servings of vegetables daily, you have to take at least 1.5 cup of cooked vegetables. Okay, so for fruits, 2 servings of fruits a day. Okay, so one serving is quite easy to remember. So for example, one medium fruit is considered one serving. You know, like apple, orange, pear, and kiwi is considered 1:1 serving. So for honeydew, papaya, watermelon, and pineapple, one slice is considered one serving. For grapes, 8 pieces. And for guava, is half a medium size of guava. Okay. So try to eat the rainbow way, which means, you know, because different colors gives you with different nutrients that our body need. So for example, red color gives you lycopene that can, you know, help to reduce breast or prostate cancer. So different colors are very important for our body. So not to say that, okay, I only take green vegetables daily. Okay, I'll only take, you know, cauliflower, which is white color. So different color will give you different nutrients. So it's very important, like I said, balance, moderation, and variety. So variety is to vary all your different foods based on the food pyramid. Okay, so I would like to share one survey that is done by our government as well. So it is found that 95% of Malaysian adults do not actually eat the recommended daily intake of fruits and vegetables, which is 2 servings of fruits and 3 servings of vegetables. So if you are one of the 5%, congratulations. But if you are one of the 95%, so maybe it's time to start taking a little bit more fruits and vegetables. Okay, so to conclude my sharing session today is to plan our meals according to the Malaysian food pyramid, different food groups, and also the serving sizes according to balance, moderation, and variety, and also to plan our meals according to the Malaysian healthy plate, which is quarter, quarter, and half. Okay, adopt low-fat cooking methods, maintain a healthy body weight, and also reduce the pro-inflammatory foods, which is processed food that is high in additional sugar, fats, sodium, and additives. Consume colorful fruits and vegetables. Consume healthy fats from your nuts and seeds, which is 1 handful a day, and also some fatty fish. Okay, you can also incorporate probiotic and prebiotic as part of your balanced diet, and also walk under the morning sun for approximately 10 to 20 minutes for sufficient vitamin D. Okay, so and also, you know, this pandemic has made us realize the importance of our immune system, and we know that nutrition is one of the very key points to maintain a good, healthy immune system. So please do not take health for granted. At any age, we can always make a difference to our health by living a healthy lifestyle and also adopting healthy eating habits. Okay, so that's it for my sharing session. Thank you.
Thank you, Miss T. I love your colorful table. Yeah, because that's how most of us look at it, and look at a plate. If it's just one color, if it's all brown, something is not so right. It's good to have multi-colors. Yeah.
Yes.
Thank you for your sharing. But now we will go to our questions. So for our guest today, if you have any questions and you did not post into the registration form, feel free to post into the chat box, and we'll do our very best to reply. Okay, Miss T will do her very best to reply all the questions. Yes. We will end the questions at 4:15 because in the registration form we already have 20 over questions asked.
I see.
We have more coming out in the chat box. And also today is a very different session from the rest, because today we are giving out 10 lucky draw from this company called Nourish and Nips, whose her vision and mission with healthy eating is aligned with today's session. So please stay back later for our lucky draw session later. Okay, so I shall move on to our first question for today for Miss T. Okay, Miss T, by what time should our last meal for the day be? And can a diabetic and a gastric person fast, or gastritis person fast?
Okay, so your first question is what time would the last meal be? Yeah. Okay, so actually I would say it depends on what time you sleep lah. So it's not advisable to eat and then sleep immediately after, because our body needs approximately 3 to 4 hours to digest. Yeah, so it's best to keep a window of 3 to 4 hours before you sleep and then stop eating then. Yeah. And then the second question was, can patients with diabetes and gastritis fast? Yeah. That's okay. Right. It is not advisable. So I think it depends on what's your intention to fast. So if your intention to fast is based on religious reasons, if you are diabetic, it's very important to ask your doctor whether you can or not, because some patients who require insulin jab, might not be suitable to fast. Yeah, if you can fast, the doctor gives you the green light, she might need to adjust the insulin dosage. So for gastritis, on the other hand, it's not advisable because your gastritis condition will worsen if you fast for a long period of time. Yeah.
Okay. All right. So I hope that answered the second question on the diabetic and the gastritis person to fast by our guest today. The second question is, what is the food that can provide us the most vitamin we need in daily life? Is there any specific?
No, honestly, there's no like one specific food that gives us all the nutrients that we need. We need a combination of a different food, like based on the food pyramid that I show. But you don't have to be too stressed out on like, okay, every single day my plate has to be a lot of varieties. It doesn't have to be like that. You can plan your meals like in 1 week. Like for example, Monday I will take this, Tuesday. So it's probably easier for you to see like what kind of food you should take, and also nutrients that your body needs. Yeah, so there's no like one specific food that is superior above anything else. I mean, there are food that has more nutrients as compared to other food. Like definitely, if you talk about like chips and like rice, definitely rice has more nutrients than chips. So yeah, that's that.
Okay. And I like your the Malaysian plate where you put the quarter and half.
Yes.
Okay, I think it's a very good analogy for a person to decide what's on their plate when every day they have their meals. Okay, next question we have, can vitamin tablets be taken as supplements to replace all the healthy servings if we are swamped with workload? I consume fruits before meals. I find that my stomach is always bloated. Is it due to taking fruits before meals?
Okay, the first question, there's two questions, right?
Yeah.
So the first question is whether if I take a lot of vitamins can replace the meals or not. Okay, no, because like for example, vitamins is essentially just vitamins. Like for example, if you take vitamin C, it's just vitamin C. If you take like different vitamins, it's just vitamins. But if you take food, right, it gives you with the nutrients that is required by our body that you cannot find in supplements. So for example, phytonutrients, yeah, and also you need energy as well. So your energy comes from food, like your staple food and your protein food. Yeah, so you cannot fast and then just take multivitamins. You need to eat as well. So and then
how about those replacement shake? Some of the
okay, yes, for example, if you really got no time to eat, right? So I would suggest you to take meal replacement drinks. But meal replacement drinks, there are also so many types of meal replacement drinks in the market. So if you want to know one that is safe and effective, you need to see a dietitian, because we use meal replacement drinks in the hospital as well, but it's under medical supervision. Yeah.
All right.
So,
so I mean, tablets definitely cannot replace our food.
Yeah. And another question was,
I consume fruits before meals. I find that my stomach is always bloated. Is it because of taking fruits before meals?
Yes, it's possible. It's possible that some will feel discomfort if they take fruits before the meals. If that happens, then you take after the meal, it doesn't matter.
Is there any reason why the fruits before meals, the person feel bloated?
It depends on what type of fruits also. Yeah, so different fruits, right? Sometimes they have this, they have fructose in it. Yeah, so some people might not be able to digest better on an empty stomach. So if that's the case, then maybe you eat after the meal.
Okay. Why I ask this question is because my father, he read somewhere that it's important to take fruits before meals, and I think since then he had been taking fruits before meals, and has been encouraging us to eat that because apparently it's actually take a longer time to break down, so you should take it earlier.
I see, but I think that for people who have weight management issue, that if they cannot control how much they eat in a meal, I would advise them to take a fruit first. So if you take, like for example, one apple, you will fill your stomach a little bit already. So your main meal you won't have to take too much. So yeah, but it doesn't really quite matter to take before or after, as long as you take your fruits.
Okay, good idea to take a fruit first to reduce the main meal. Okay. Next question. This attendee today asked, since I took tamoxifen, my appetite has increased and my weight has increased. I wanted to have a diet but always failed. Are there any types of food that can help me to lose weight? How to control the urge to eat? I feel less confident. Yeah.
Oh, okay. So if you talk about, because weight loss is a very broad topic. So definitely, we talk about weight loss, everything comes down to energy balance lah. So if your calorie is high and your calorie output is low, you will definitely gain weight. So if your calorie output is higher, then you will lose weight. So that's the basic concept. But I understand that some people, they cannot control their urge to eat. The urge to reduce eating or eating like healthier foods and things like that. So there's one interesting concept, it's called mindful eating. So maybe you guys can search up on it. So mindful eating can actually help us to teach you certain things to focus on eating. Like for example, reduce distraction while you eat, like not eat and talk or eat and watch TV. So this might actually increase your increase your food intake. And like eating slowly as well, chewing well before you swallow. So all these little things can actually help you to control your food portion size. But that is just one method lah. But if you really want to have a individualized diet plan, it's better to see a dietitian lah. Yeah.
All right. I love this mindful eating. I shall Google after
Yeah, you
today's
can
session.
read about it.
Okay. Is there any tips on consistent healthy diet despite having a busy schedule?
Is there what? Sorry?
Any tips on having consistent healthy diets despite having a busy schedule? Any healthy diet tips?
I would say to definitely not to skip your meals. Like I said, if you are really very busy, you have to take a meal replacement drink that is approved by the hospital lah. Okay, that's one. And also to you need to squeeze some time to actually plan your meals as well. Yeah, try to focus on trying to take different food groups lah. Like for example, like your carbohydrates, protein, and vegetables. These are the three easiest thing. Like if you really got no time, even if you take like economy rice, like those zap fan like that, you can also eat like the healthy plate where you take your rice, your dishes, and also your vegetables. Yeah, so you need to you still need to take time to plan lah. If not, you have to take a meal replacement drink, a complete nutrition meal replacement drink.
I guess it's about making healthy eating a priority.
Because it's more about and building eating habits. Not to say like I have to 100% change what I eat. You don't have that all or nothing perception. Like for example, 0 as in like I don't do anything at all. 100 I need to be very stressed about eating healthy most of the time. We don't have to be like that, just that I would say 80 and 20. 80% of the time we try to eat healthy, which is following the quarter half, and 20% of the time, if you want to eat that piece of cake, just go ahead.
Okay. 80-20 idea is a good idea. Okay.
Yes.
Next question. Any top tips for nutrition strategy for kids with multiple allergies?
Multiple allergies well, that one you need to work together with the doctor and dietitian to rule out what are the specific allergies and how we can replace the food that she's allergic, so to not miss out the certain specific nutrients. It's very difficult to know how to tell now.
Completely agree that this is actually a very personalized, customized planning. Okay. Next question we have from the registration form. Any diet for cancer survivors?
Cancer survivors. It depends on whether during your cancer treatment or cancer journey, whether you have lose a lot of weight, whether you have lose a lot of muscle mass. So based on that, I will advise, if you have lose a substantial amount of weight and muscle mass, you definitely need to prioritize on protein. So, and it's also similarly to healthy eating, you need to definitely include the healthy fats and your healthy carbohydrates, fruits and vegetables, all these things to support your good immune system lah. But on top of that, if you have lose weight, you might need to increase your protein intake.
Okay, because how some, especially some traditional understanding, they will say that certain cancer survivors or a person who's been through a surgery, they cannot eat certain food that is poisonous or not good for health. Is there any is there a myth or a truth in that?
Actually it's a myth like what I see in the hospital, most of the people, they might not want to eat eggs after surgery, or like what else, chicken also got. But actually in the Western medicine, we don't have this kind of thing. But it's okay. Like for example, if we know that patient don't want to take egg, we won't force them to take egg. So we just give them another alternative of protein, as long as they take enough protein for recovery. Yeah, but it also depends on what type of cancer. So if like your cancer is in your pancreas or like your gut, like your large intestine or small intestine, so you might need a more individualized diet plan, because certain things maybe you are not able to digest as well. Like for example, if you have stomach cancer or your stomach has been removed, yeah, so certain vitamins you need to be replaced as well.
All right. Okay. Next question is on bad cholesterol. What can we eat to bring it down naturally?
Okay, so bad cholesterol, I would assume is probably the LDL cholesterol. So most of the bad cholesterol comes from unhealthy cooking methods, which is deep frying food. Yeah, so this one can definitely increase your bad cholesterol level, and not only that, gravy as well. So for example, gravy from curry or like sambar, which is very oily. So all this high fat gravy can also increase your cholesterol. Not only that, and also internal organ meat. Like for example, like fried paru-paru or like things like that, internal organ meat, like it can also increase your cholesterol levels. So what we can do to reduce the cholesterol levels is, number one, your fiber. Your fiber comes from your fruits, vegetables, nuts and seeds, whole grains, all these are your fiber. And also to do exercise as well, to increase your physical activity. So this increasing in physical activity can increase your good cholesterol, which is the HDL cholesterol, that can help to reduce your LDL cholesterol. So most importantly is still adopting a low-fat cooking method, reducing gravy, and also increase your healthy food, such as the fiber foods, to reduce.
Okay. I think this advice is very helpful for many Malaysians.
Yeah.
Because a lot of food that we have in Malaysia has a lot of gravy.
Yes.
And also the cooking style involve deep frying. Okay,
Yeah.
so the key is to avoid those and also eat
Try
more
to
fruits and
reduce.
fiber.
Yeah.
Okay, try to reduce that. Okay, next question. Misty, please advise what's good for chronic kidney disease stage 4 and high blood pressure patients.
Okay. Okay, so for high blood pressure patients, right, there's something called DASH diet, DASH. It's called dietary approach to stop hypertension. So this DASH diet, right, it comes in the form of food pyramid as well. So if you follow that diet, right, it's almost similar to our food pyramid as well, which is to increase your fruits and vegetables intake. Yeah, so that can definitely reduce your to control your blood pressure. And definitely one more thing is the sodium intake. Sodium intake usually comes from additional salt and also sauces, gravy, and also processed food such as like sausages, nuggets. So all these are also very high in sodium. So things like this we definitely need to reduce. Like if not, if you take too much sodium, your blood pressure will increase. Yeah, that's one. And also fluids intake lah. But okay, like you say chronic kidney disease, right? Stage 4, you will usually, what we do is we have to reduce your protein intake. But protein serving sizes is very individualized. We will calculate based on your condition and also your current weight. So different people, and also your age, definitely. So different people will have different protein requirements. So based on that, we will then calculate how much exactly that you need to eat. Yeah.
So for chronic kidney disease stage 4 patient, that would be a personalized diet plan based on their condition and their overall weight and all. Okay. Okay, Misty, how to remove pesticides from fruits and vegetables naturally?
It's very difficult to remove lah, but I mean but I will definitely encourage you to wash your vegetables well before you eat. Vegetables, your fruits, wash and also soak for a bit before you consume it. Yeah, so that's about it. Because eventually when you cook, right, with the heat, it will destroy the pesticides as well.
Okay, so that goes to like people nowadays are going to organic, or free range vegetables and meat. That will actually help as well, because supposedly they are they are free from pesticides or herbicides.
Actually, it's one of the myths. Actually, organic doesn't mean that there's no pesticide. Organic has pesticides also. Just that the pesticides is approved in the organic Yeah. So, I mean, if you have extra money, you want to go for organic, that's fine. But it's not, I wouldn't say it's a necessity. Yeah.
Okay, noted. No, it's a myth. So, okay. The same person who asked this question, how to differentiate GMO and non-GMO vegetables and fruits?
For what purpose?
I guess they are concerned because we have so many readings that, with the social media about saying GMO that is genetically modified. And they are very concerned that this GMO will actually add on to maybe potential future health condition, okay, like cancer particularly, or maybe kidney related illnesses. Yeah. What do you think of your use of GMO food?
My views of GMO, actually there's so many things is genetically modified, like the things we eat, like the corn, your tomatoes, many things are genetically modified, and that's okay. Yeah, so it doesn't cause harm to our body. So usually those labels that shows that this is non-GMO, all these are actually marketing gimmick lah. They definitely sell you much more expensive. So you don't have to be so stressed on eating. I think it's more important to get sufficient fruits and vegetables and good protein and good carbohydrate before you look into the GMO.
Okay. Next question. What is the difference between the graded eggs?
It's actually the size. The size so it's like the lower grade is the smaller size or size 8 yeah.
So it's the size. I hope that answers the other our guest question today. Are supplements in tablet form harmful to the body in long term? Example, will it cause gallbladder stones and indigestion?
It depends on what type of supplement you are taking. If your body don't need that supplement and you are overtaking it, you are like every day you take like multiple different supplements, it might cause a burden to our kidney or liver lah, I would say. Yeah, but if you are like, for example, if you are pregnant or you are an elderly, or if you are sick with poor appetite, then you might require supplements, or certain diseases, then you need supplements, then it's okay lah. But if you are okay, you actually don't need extra supplements lah. Try to see the dosage. Sometimes too high dosage is not very good for our body.
Because there has been ongoing people say that if you take too many supplements, some of them are really taking in terms of like 5 to 10 supplements on a day. Yeah, that it can cause like long-term effect like kidney related issue. Okay, so I guess it's because everybody is concerned of not getting enough the vitamins, okay, and also the nutrition for the immunity, especially in this pandemic situation these past 2 years, right? But would take too much be a problem to someone in long run?
If you take too much, you burden our liver and kidney in the long term. Yeah, but if you like, for example, if you just take a general multivitamin, it's generally safe, like it won't cause any harm. Like if you just take one a day of multivitamin, that's fine.
Okay, so take on a moderate basis.
Yes.
Okay. The next question that we have is, this person said that I watch my diet and exercise, but my weight stagnant. Why?
So very hard to give you an answer because I need to see what is actually that you are doing, that you are eating before I can give you an advice. Yeah, weight stagnant there's so many reasons because like for example, it's also very normal. Like for example, weight loss curve, right? It works like that. So in the initial stage, right, you will lose weight. And then after that, your weight will maintain because our body is trying to get used to the new weight and also preventing you from further losing weight. It's trying to protect our body. So weight plateau is very common. So if you are at that stage, right, to try to break through, you might need to work with a dietitian to see like what other ways that we can go into based on your lifestyle. To see what we can do. But it's normal. Weight plateau is very normal if you have lost a substantial amount of weight in the beginning.
Okay, so you were mentioning that weight plateau or weight stagnant is normal when a person reaches a certain age. Is it because of metabolism or hormone related that's causing that?
I wouldn't say when reach a certain age, more like if you have lose weight initially, if you have lose about like 5% of weight loss initially, you will definitely reach a point where it will be stagnant. But if you, for example, if you are always if you are always at the same weight throughout your and then as you age, you maybe increase your weight already. So this might happen because of metabolism as well, because you move lesser. Yeah, that's one, you move lesser, and maybe the choice of food as well. Sometimes people might not realize, they might take in more calories than their body need, but they didn't realize that, because they will say like, hey, if you ask them what they eat, they will tell you, hey, I only eat this and this and this, but they don't tell you the gravy, the sauces, and then the snacks in between. So all this also makes a difference actually. Yeah. So definitely lah, like if you want to be more detailed, you need to work with a healthcare professional.
Okay, yeah. I guess the same next question also, I think we need to work with a healthcare professional, because the next question is, kindly teach me what food to eat. I have, I think, uric acid, high blood pressure, and glaucoma.
Okay. Yeah, uric acid, you need to go on low purine diet, and also it depends on how severe it is. You might need to take medication as well, and also take sufficient fluids. And try not to take sugar and also alcohol, as this will cause a flare up of your gout if you have gout.
Next question, is non-meat diet considered healthy and suitable for everyone?
Non-meat diet, okay,
Meaning,
so like for example, like vegetarian,
a full plant-based maybe diet, yeah.
You can go for plant-based diet, because what plant-based diet doesn't have is the meat, chicken, fish, eggs. So all these things, if you are not taking that, then you might need supplements. Yeah, you might need like vitamin B12 supplements, and also to make sure you have sufficient protein from the plant-based protein. Like to take, like every meal you need to have different type of beans to complement each other, because plant-based diet, right, their protein, all the proteins, right, they don't have all the essential amino acids that our body needs. Yeah, but for example, chicken can give you everything, but plant-based, no. So you need to take a variety. Yeah, so I always focus on variety if you are a plant-based on a plant-based diet lah. You need to have soybean, you need to have red bean, green bean, chickpeas, tofu, tempeh. Yeah, but it doesn't matter. If you take enough protein, you can also be healthy.
Okay, so I guess the answer is yes, it's suitable for everyone. Yep. Okay. Next question is, what is the best diet for heart and kidney health?
Heart and kidney health.
Kidney,
prevention.
I have an answer, reduce sodium.
Yeah, correct. So like heart health is definitely, actually, right, everything comes down to the basics, meaning if you eat according to the food pyramid, and then you reduce your unhealthy fats and increase your healthy fats, such as like the omega-3, yeah, you can actually help with your heart, and also protective of our body lah, not just like specific one organ lah. It's good for our body overall. Yeah, but when you say kidney, also like I said, like if you want to prevent kidney disease, it's also go back to the same healthy diet, healthy balanced diet. But if you already have kidney disease and you want to reduce the progression, then that's when you, depending on which state, you might need to reduce your protein intake and also your sodium intake.
Okay. All right. Next we have is how to get a cure from burping. I think this is actually the person being gassy. Is there any particular diet to avoid? Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, actually, if this issue is very serious, right, you might need to go see a gastro as well. So we will need to identify what's the problem that keeps causing you first. So if you don't want to see a doctor first, you can also keep a food diary. Like maybe you can write down what are the certain foods that cause you to have gas, because there are certain gas producing food as well. Like for example, cabbage or raw vegetables. So like for example, for me personally, I cannot really take salad and raw vegetables because it will cause me a lot of gas, and I will keep burping as well. So if you know what are the gas producing food that your body cannot take, then maybe you try to avoid that lah, I would say.
Okay, so the key thing is do a diet diary to monitor what you have eaten.
And make sure not to keep too long of the time, not to like fast long periods of time. Try to eat. Yeah, so if I fast also, I will get like very bloated, bad bloatedness also.
Okay. Next question we have is about is it okay to have heavy, well-balanced meal for breakfast and skip lunch?
Heavy, well, but I skip lunch.
Like a brunch. I think this person's probably doing a
like
brunch.
brunch lah. Okay, if you say for like, if you're healthy, right, it's fine lah. There's not much issue lah. But if your goal is to, I don't know, to lose weight or to gain weight or certain condition, right, then it could be a problem lah. It depends on how heavy you eat. So if like, for example, if I eat a very heavy meal for breakfast and then lunch I don't eat, and then I keep all the way until dinner only I eat. So that's like very long hours of time not eating, you know. So by then I will feel very hungry. Maybe dinner I will tend to overeat as well. So if that is the issue, then maybe not so advisable. But if you still keep within the calories and you have no gastric issues, then I think I don't see a problem lah.
So I guess it's actually knowing our body to know that, yeah, okay.
Yeah, you have to know your body well. It depends on different individual, I would say.
Okay. Like what you mentioned earlier, that you say that it's not advisable to skip meals. So it's important to have meals, okay, but maybe follow the Malaysian plate, okay, or not eat too much.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah. We have answered the question in the registration form. Now we go to the chat box. Okay. The first question we have at the very beginning of our session is, during this lockdown, putting on weight is easy. How do I get rid of the excess weight gain? Exercise?
Yeah, exercise is definitely one because you need to increase your physical activity. Any form of physical activity is better than nothing. Like you don't have to be, okay, I'm so motivated now, I'm going to do a run for 2 hours. It doesn't have to be like that. You know, we can start slow, because if you start too aggressively, you might experience very severe muscle sore or your body cannot take it, and then you will rest for another 2 months perhaps. So what you can do is we start to build habits lah. Like for example, you can start by doing some light workout for 10 to 15 minutes. It's also better than nothing. Yeah, and then try to walk around more often, do some house chores, and then eventually, actually our target is around 30 minutes every day. If you cannot do every day, then do 5 days a week, that's fine. Yeah, so any physical activity is better than nothing. And like I said, if you want weight loss, calorie matters. So if you keep your calorie intake within your like within what we need, then you won't gain weight.
Okay. Is there a calorie calculator that you can recommend, or we can do it in the website? Is it something that's easy to monitor?
Yes, there's definitely some calorie calculator that we can see, like for example, what's it called, Fitness Pal. There's a few different apps lah, but actually I wouldn't advise to be so stressed to calculate everything you eat. You know, you just need to know what are the foods that are more energy dense. Energy dense means, right, it looks very little but it's very high in calorie. Yeah, nutrient dense on the other hand is it looks very little but it's packed with nutrition. So I give you some example of energy dense food lah. Okay, so energy dense food is definitely those which is higher in fat and sugar. So like for example, you have your kueh, cakes, chocolate, ice cream, chips, burgers. So all these are called energy dense food, meaning, right, it looks little, it will make you feel full also, but it's very, very high in calorie. Yeah, so like for example, the nutrient dense food will be whole foods, I would say whole foods, like your fresh fruits and vegetables, your brown rice, your chicken, your fish. As long as your cooking method is okay, and then you try not to put too much gravy, and then you eat according to quarter, half, right, then you are good to go already. Because usually if you follow quarter, half, right, one dish like that is probably approximately around 300 to 600 calories lah. Standard one will be 400-500 calories like that. Yeah, so you don't have to be too stressed out on calculate every little thing lah. We just try to reduce the energy dense food lah, which is those which is high in fat and sugar.
Okay. Very, very good advice. Because I've known people who really want to be slim, they really take picture of all their meals, and then they do a calculation after that, and it's so stressful because they really look at the menu and they say, oh, I can't take this because I already exceeded my calorie for the day.
Yeah, exactly. So this also will cause, like, you know, mental health issues also.
Okay. The next question we have in the chat box is this person asked, why low-fat yogurt with fruits instead of normal yogurt? I think what this person meant was is why low-fat yogurt with fruits is better instead of normal yogurt.
Okay. Actually, the difference between normal yogurt and low-fat yogurt is the fat content. If you want to reduce fat, the fat content further, which is the calories, you can choose low-fat yogurt. Because most of the people I deal with in the hospital, they are usually overweight or obese. So I would advise low fat. Like even different fat content, right? It actually makes a difference, you know, like choosing a full cream milk and a low fat milk. Even though the difference is little bit, but it's significant throughout the day if you choose the low fat products. Yeah, but you don't have to go until fat free or skim milk lah. So usually like those completely no fat one, right, is higher in sugar. Yeah.
So this person also added that asking because low fat has been getting a lot of bad reputation these days. Yeah, because you know some say that don't take whole low fat a lot of things, you know, because it's not good for health.
Oh, I've never heard of that lah, but I think it's okay. But if you want even a more healthier yogurt choice, right, you can go for Greek yogurt. Greek yogurt, the probiotics profile is better as compared to normal yogurt. Yeah. So, but the thing with Greek yogurt is the taste and the sourness is slightly more intense. So not everyone can take it, tolerate it. Yeah. So, but if you can, by all means, go for Greek yogurt.
Okay. Yeah, I've heard that Greek yogurt is the best, that you can actually add in honey if you think it's too sour. Yeah. Next question. Is there any harm taking chia seeds daily?
No, there's no harm. Like I said, it's very good to include nuts and seeds as part of a healthy diet. Yeah, so I would recommend one handful of nuts and seeds. So if you go for chia seeds, perhaps like one day about 1 tablespoon, that's fine. But yeah, you need to add with liquid lah, not just eat like that.
Okay, you advised to soak, right? To soak for a short while, before you actually consume. This question asked, which I think you answered earlier, is there a different eating fruits before and after meal? And you mentioned earlier that it's actually not much difference.
Yeah, but it also depends on your condition lah. And your blood. Yeah, so some people, you know, with diabetes, their sugar control is not that good. Then we might be more careful with when they should take the fruits. Yeah, if not, if you are just like general healthy population, it doesn't matter as long as you take your fruits.
Okay. Is a culture milk cafe for probiotic? Okay, I culture milk cafe for probiotic. Is that sufficient? That means a milk cafe or like water cafe. Yeah, but this is milk cafe for probiotic. Is a milk probiotic in water cafe or milk cafe sufficient?
Okay, actually sufficient or not, right? It's very, because science nowadays, right, they haven't determined how much probiotic exactly our body needs, you know, because gut is very complex. Everybody's gut structure is different, and also the bacteria in it is different as well. So there's no like specific amount that you should take, but it's good as part of a healthy balanced diet, like you said, you mentioned. Yeah, it's okay to take, but I wouldn't know whether it's sufficient or not.
Okay. I guess for the measurement of whether sufficient or not, it depends on individual as well.
Yeah.
Is there any like a range of probiotic that is advised to take, like a minimum for an adult or a child, or is there like a maximum a person should take for a probiotic? Because right now there are also so many probiotic supplements. Yeah, supplements, or whether is it in milk cafe. Yeah.
If you say supplements, right, generally around 10 to 20 billion of the CFU doses is okay lah, I would say. Yeah, but if sometimes I've seen also doctor prescribing higher doses. So if you need to take higher doses, maybe you need to ask your doctor regarding that. But generally 10 to 20 billion is okay.
Okay, 10 to 20 billion. Because nowadays when we buy probiotics from the pharmacy, we see how many billions it's like, you know, the key to decide whether to buy or not. And there's so many brands outside.
Yeah.
Okay. Next question, is daily intake of 2 capsules of omega-3 good enough? This is, I think, a supplement of omega-3 capsules.
Good enough, because different brands has different doses, you know. So I'm not sure 2 doses equivalent to how much. But if you take omega-3, I think it depends on what's their serving size lah, because I'm not sure about how much dose is your omega-3. But if the requirement is to take 2 a day, then you take 2 a day. If it's 1 a day, then you take 1 a day. Generally, the omega-3 supplements can help those with existing heart condition, but it doesn't prevent you from heart diseases.
Okay, so meaning that those with heart condition actually help to improve their situation, their condition?
Yes, it can help, especially if you have elevated the triglyceride levels. Yeah.
Okay, all right. Next question we have about joy items such as snacks and junk foods. I think these are like the cakes, chocolate, and also chips. Is it best to avoid or in moderation? And how much is considered in moderation?
Oh, okay. Yeah, I would say in moderation is definitely the best way, and not to avoid it, because what happens if you avoid is you would have even stronger craving for that thing. So when you see it, you might binge it. So this creates like a very bad cycle lah. So once you eat, then you feel guilty some more. So to prevent that from happening, if we try to keep it moderation. So what I mean by that is like, if like one piece of cake, don't eat the whole piece to yourself. Like you can share with your friends and family. And then also to make sure you have sufficient main meals first. Because most of the people I see, right, because they don't take enough of main meal, like for example, because they are so scared that rice will make them fat, like this will make them, so their main meals they eat little bit only, but they snack a lot. So, but the thing is that snack has most in general, right, usually have higher calories as compared to your one main meal, which makes you feel even fuller. So if you take sufficient for your 3 meals a day, right, you actually don't really have that craving of sweet things. What people usually have that sweet craving because they don't take enough carbohydrate in general in their body. Yeah. So if you take sufficient, you might your cravings for like the sweet things might not be too strong. There are also many tips to help you to reduce your cravings. But if I talk about everything, then it will take a very, very long time.
Okay, maybe next time we arrange another session. Okay. Next question we have, if green leaf vegetable turn yellow, such as broccoli and others, can it still be consumed? Green leaf vegetables that turn yellow.
Slightly okay but maybe not too yellow. Yeah, if it's too yellow, then I wouldn't advise Maybe it's like very oxidized already. Yeah.
Okay, slight yellow is fine. Okay. I have a skin rash, psoriasis since menopause. I'm taking Alkan deep sea undiluted seawater. It's easing the itch. What else can help? I think it's thinking about skin issue, having
Skin itchiness.
Yeah, itchiness.
Skin itchiness, currently there's no like specific food that can help but there are certain food that may trigger the inflammation of your itchiness like for example sugar like the pro-inflammatory food like sugar or like the deep fried food. All this will cause inflammation to our body and might cause more itchy. Yeah, but there's no specific food just try to take a healthy diet.
All right, I hope that helps. We have a Dr. Paul Sawinders. He actually commented in our comment. I just got a look. Say he commented that last heavy meal should be 4 hours before sleep, and as the gastric emptying time is 4 to 6 hours. Thank you, Dr. Paul, for commenting. Okay.
Hi, doctor.
So back to our questions, okay, because we have more popping up. Is it okay upon waking up to have a cup of water and a banana, then going for exercise?
Cup of water and banana, okay, can. No problem. You can take fruits before exercising so it gives you the immediate energy. Or you want to take like a black coffee also, okay? Yeah, there's no problem.
I think that what a lot of attendees, including ourselves, we are very concerned that we do something wrong, that something wrong that it could bring a very bad cost. But I guess as long we are okay, we're able to identify that our body is fine, that if let's say this person after water and banana he don't feel good, then maybe we should identify that to change and not do that.
Yes, correct.
Okay, so next person say that my bone density is yellow area in the graph, below green as in less dense. What can I do to increase my bone density?
Increase your bone density. Okay, you definitely need to increase your physical activity as well. Maybe some weight bearing exercises. Okay, some weight bearing exercise can help, and also to have sufficient calcium intake also, from your milk, cheese, and vegetables as well. So it definitely all comes down to your healthy balanced diet, and on top of that, you probably might need to have more calcium intake.
Okay, so how exercise, balanced diet, and more calcium intake. Okay, all right. Is eating white bread and porridge rice unhealthy? I think the white rice.
White bread and porridge rice.
Polish rice.
Yeah,
polish rice. That's right.
No, it's not unhealthy. What makes you think that way? No, it's not unhealthy. You can take white bread. Just that if you take whole grains or like multi-grains bread, it gives you the additional nutrients. and fiber that makes you feel full longer and help with our digestive health. Yeah, just that white bread is just carbohydrates. Yeah, that gives us energy lah. No, very little additional nutrients.
Okay, so white bread and polished rice is not
It's
bad.
not.
It's just that
It's
they have
not
a better
bad.
option, which is like brown rice and
Yes.
also
Yes.
the multi-grain rice.
Hmm.
Miss T, what do you think of frequent intermittent fasting?
Frequent intermittent fasting. Frequent intermittent fasting.
Which means that this person fasts for like 16 hours in a day.
And
Yeah,
eat
so
8 hours.
That's right.
Okay. Okay, so intermittent fasting is one of the very popular method for weight loss because essentially they only have this 8-hour eating window period. So what happens is eventually they will eat lesser also. So I would say if it helps you in the long term, and then you don't have a problem such as gastritis, or you don't feel lethargic, or things like that. If it makes you feel uncomfortable, then I wouldn't advise you to go with it. Yeah, but if you are okay, and then you are okay to do this in the long term, but if you only can do it short term, then don't even start, I would say.
Okay.
Yeah.
So meaning
And
that
also most importantly, what you eat during this 8-hour window period. If during this 8-hour window period you also eat like usual, you just squeeze into this 8-hour, you will still gain weight.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so it's actually to do it for a long term, not just for a short term.
Yeah.
Okay, to see the effect of losing weight, okay, or having better energy.
Yes,
okay.
It all comes down to calorie intake, the amount of calorie we take in a day.
Okay. We have another participant today that commented that there is this understanding to eat fruits before meal. Correct? I think that this is not definite that you have to eat fruits before meal.
Yeah, not necessarily. Correct.
Okay. Next guest asks, is there such a thing as healthy snack as I love to snack?
Healthy snacks. Okay, if you want like healthier snacks option would be, in my opinion, I would suggest like, you can steam some sweet potato, some corn, okay? Or you can take some, just, some peanut butter with one slice of bread, unsweetened peanut butter, or you can steam some chickpeas, edamame beans, yeah, or you take one handful of nuts if you want to snack. Yeah, all these are definitely better options.
Okay, I guess that gives.
Or you can make your own like sweet potato fries. Yeah.
Yeah, especially this pandemic, a lot of people are stuck at home. So they're in front of the computer. They say that I feel like chewing something. So these are the good options. Yes. Okay, or dehydrated fruits. Okay, or nuts. Yeah. Okay, so just now, this question is similar to the question that you've answered earlier. What food to take to increase our bone density? So this question has been answered earlier just now by Miss T. Next question: how diabetic patients should consume fruit wisely? And also, how many eggs? How diabetic patient should consume fruits wisely?
Fruits wisely. Okay. If you are afraid of your sugar spike post meal, maybe you can take in between your meals as a snack. Yeah. So for example, yeah, in between your meals or in between lunch and dinner, you can take one. Yeah. In between your meals. Yeah.
So in between meals for fruits, okay, or maybe select fruits that are less high in sugar, like.
Okay. Yeah, if you are talking about like different types of fruits which is higher or lower in sugar, so fruits that are, I would say, higher in sugar includes like the tropical and seasonal fruits such as your durian, rambutan, longan langsat, mango, grapes. So why would I call this the higher sugar? Because one serving is only small amount. Like for example, just now I show you what one serving of fruit is like. Like for example, apple, orange, pear, kiwi, one fruit is one serving. But if grapes, many do not know, if you only eat around like 7 to 8 pieces of grapes, the sugar is equivalent to eating one apple. But nobody stops at like 6 to 8 pieces of grapes. They will take like one bunch of grapes. So there's like eating equivalent of so many apples already. Yeah, but the thing is like eating one apple is more filling than eating 6 pieces of grapes. So yeah, so that's why those fruits are called higher in sugar lah. So meaning if you want to eat, you just eat very small amount only, it's considered one serving already.
Okay, so knowing what are the fruits that have higher sugar, like you mentioned just now, like durian or
Yeah.
grapes. I think mango also is very sweet.
Yes.
Okay, that we should consume less and not too much.
Yes.
Okay, but for a diabetic patient, would you advise them to don't take these fruits as well, or the high sugar?
If they can avoid, then avoid. But if they really, once they really want to take like few pieces of grapes, then just let them take, I would say. Yeah, don't have to restrict.
Okay. How about eggs? How many eggs are ideal in a day's diet?
Okay, if you have no cholesterol issues, right, you can take, I would say you can take up to like 3 eggs a day, that's fine. But if you have higher cholesterol levels, maybe like 1 egg yolk a day, that's okay. Maybe 1 egg yolk and 2 egg white, 3 egg whites is fine.
Okay, all right. Next, we actually have a statement, okay, from one of our guests today saying that it's not a myth that organic produce are pesticide-free. Okay, there are farmers in Malaysia who practice pesticide-free method. So more education will be needed in this area through visit to farmers. So, well, it's good to hear that. It's good to hear that these farmers are practicing free pesticide. Okay, and also, yeah, also good for the people if they want to go.
Yeah, maybe I believe there are like producers that are pesticides free. But what I'm trying to say is not all that is labeled as organic are pesticide free. Yeah, that you see in the supermarkets.
All lah. Okay,
Yeah.
so the ones that you know probably, and you know that they are real pesticide free.
Yeah.
Okay, the farmers that are real. Okay. Okay, is there any difference in kampung eggs and Macau eggs and pearl eggs or normal eggs?
I wouldn't say the difference is very, very high. Most of them also give you the same types of nutrients, unless the eggs, sometimes we see in the supermarkets, they will say like additional omega-3 in the eggs or additional certain vitamins. Yeah, this is because they already fortify the egg with certain vitamins and nutrients. So that's the difference. But other than that, it still gives you the same amount of protein that our body need. So I wouldn't say you have to be too worried about, it's most likely due to preference. Some people, they prefer kampung eggs, then go ahead with kampung eggs, no problem.
Okay, all right. Back to the egg question. So for an elderly, is there an eggs? How many eggs can be consumed for a day for an elderly? I think it's the same as just now, the earlier question.
Yeah, if you are healthy, then it doesn't really matter, honestly. But if you have certain conditions that requires restriction, such as high blood cholesterol levels or kidney problems, then you might need to reduce the amount.
All right. One of our guests said that I bake my own bread. Is it okay to eat bread daily?
Can, very good. It's even better if you can add extra nuts and seeds into your bread, even better. No problem.
All right. How do you improve or reduce body inflammation?
Body inflammation.
Yes.
You want to reduce body inflammation. I think inflammation, as in like if your inflammation marker is high, is it? In general,
maybe if the person who asked this question would like to voice out, you can unmute yourself. We can actually direct a question to Miss T. Okay, you can raise your hand and our host will unmute you to ask this question. Not sure if she's still in here, but no worries. Let me see the next question. Okay, no. All right, maybe we'll come back to that question later. Okay, next question would be, Miss T, do you know why do people who had operation after 1 year can't put back weight?
Operation after 1 year can't put back weight?
Yeah, that's right.
I think definitely number one, the calories is not enough. It's like same as losing weight. If your calorie is high, you cannot lose weight. If your calorie is low, you cannot gain weight. Yeah, so if you want specific calorie, how much you want to know how much you are eating, whether you're eating correct or not, it's better to see a dietitian. And if you lose appetite and you're not eating enough, you need nutritional supplement drinks to increase your calorie intake to gain weight.
All right. So just now the guest that asked about body inflammation, she has raised her hand. I asked her to unmute. Okay, Miss Elaine Mok, you can speak and ask Miss T.
Hi, Miss T. Okay, this is about the body inflammation. Is it a marker when you do the blood test? So this is
inflammation marker is high .
Yes.
Like in the hospital or or already at home?
What do you mean in the hospital or
Not
at home?
inpatient, yeah, not inpatient.
No. Just that you
Mm-mm.
just go in for a blood test, a normal like
Mm-mm.
annual blood test, and then
Mm-mm.
it shows that it's a little bit high. So what?
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Actually, there's no specific food or diet that can reduce the inflammation marker. It's more of like your diet pattern. So if your diet pattern, like I said, if you follow a balanced diet and try to reduce like the pro-inflammatory food like sugar or deep fried food, yeah, then that might help with your whole body health lah.
Okay. All right. Thank you.
No worries.
Thank you to our guests that asked this question. Okay, I just realized that it's already almost 4:20. Maybe we can take last two questions before we end today's session. We were so expectedly asking the questions. Okay, thank you, Misty, for your time. Last two questions according to the chat box, but for those who did not get a question, feel free to message us later. Then maybe I'll try to get Misty to reply you at a different channel. Okay, the question would be, okay, thyroid. What food to avoid for people having thyroid problem?
Thyroid problem, it depends whether you are hyperthyroid or hypothyroid lah, okay? So if you are hyperthyroid, you need to avoid the sea products such as seaweed, algae, and seafood. Yeah, but most importantly is to see a doctor for treatment. Yeah, because medication is very important if you have thyroid condition. Yeah, so the doctor will see lah whether it's needed for you to reduce your how say the food that is not so advisable for hyperthyroid patients. Yeah, for hypothyroid, there's no specific food to avoid lah, I would say. Hyperthyroid, yes.
Because hyper, the person has too much,
Yes.
producing too much thyroid hormone, where hypo is not enough thyroid. Okay. Next question is okay. Dr. Paul also commented in the comments. I think Dr. Paul, thank you so much for continuing your some of the message reply that if someone has you need to see a doctor if you have any reflux disease or H. pylori. Okay, I think one of the earlier questions that we asked just now. Last question. Okay, is salad better or cooked vegetable better? Salad, I think, is a fresh vegetable compared to a cooked vegetable.
Both also good, I would say. Both also good. It doesn't matter which one you eat, as long as you eat 3 servings, at least 3 servings. Yeah, so for raw vegetables, 1 cup is 1 serving. Cooked vegetables, half cup is 1 serving. So if you have at least 3 servings or even more, that's even better. Yeah, so no problem, no issue. Just be mindful of the dressing that you take with your salad.
Yes, it's usually the dressing that has very high calories.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah. This last question also I want to know. What do you think of keto diet?
Oh, okay.
Last question for today.
Okay, so actually this origin of keto diet, right, is for patients with epilepsy. Yeah, so if you are healthy and you would like to start on a keto diet I think it's usually for weight loss lah. Yeah, for short-term weight loss is fine, but for long-term, I wouldn't advise because you have to take very, very high fat. So that comes with a price lah. So your cholesterol might increase. So your risk of having heart disease might increase as well. Yeah, so for short-term weight loss, I would say yes, but long-term, no. But short-term, mostly you will just reduce your water weight only. But once you stop the keto diet and eat back normal, you will gain back the same amount of weight or even more. So if you know it doesn't last, then maybe don't have to try lah. Just try to build healthy eating habits is even better for you.
Okay. Thank you very much, Miss T, because Dr. Paul also echoed what you say that, not for long term. Okay, and Dr. Paul mentioned that keto diet is bad, do intermittent fasting. So intermittent fasting is
yes, it's safer, definitely.
Safer. Okay,
Yeah.
so thank you so much, Miss T, for sharing today, and
Thank
also
you.
so patiently answer all the questions from our guests. We have a very active all this while for many months. Our guests has been very participative. They will always ask questions. Okay, and now before we end today's session, as I mentioned earlier, that we are giving out 10 lucky draw today. Okay, so today our lucky draw, okay, some of it is being sponsored by our sponsor, which is Nourish and Nips. Okay, that they are sponsoring packs. okay, to our guests that are attending today, and also some of them are sponsored by the Pioneers Financial Group, Financial Services, for thanking our attendees who has been joining us and supporting us for so many months. So for those who are joining us for the first time today, welcome. Okay, and we are going strong, and we are going for our monthly talks every month. Usually our talks are always on Sundays, usually on the first or second Sunday of the month at 3 o'clock. Okay, next I would like to invite Amelia to do the wheel of lucky draw. Okay, all our registered participants, your names have been inserted. Today we have 112 names in our wheel today. So we're going to do a very quick 10 draws. You will be contacted after the session today, maybe tomorrow, to deliver the packs to you. Okay, if any of your friends who have left early, not to worry, because we will contact them after today. Okay, so Amelia.
Yep. Can I share my screen?
Yeah.
So, okay. Okay, so now let's start for the first one.
Congratulations to Chia Yi Lin.
Okay.
Okay, first one. Okay, Ya Li Hui. Congratulations. Our third one. Okay, Lim Ha Chu. So as we are drawing and making the lucky draw, just want to tell a little bit about our sponsor on our this healthy snacks by Nourish Needs. Congratulations to Ruth Chia, okay, the founder, Adeline. She is very passionate on healthy eating, and today's talk has been together. You know, eating healthy has been part of a very strong mission and vision of her company. Okay, she prepares the dehydrated fruits, okay, and also snacks. Congratulations to Leong Sing Yuan. Congratulations, Zainal Abidin Ismail. Congratulations, Margaret Yap. Congratulations, Nitya.
How many we have already? Hold on. Let me check. 8. Okay, so 2 more.
2 more, last 2.
Okay.
So if you are friends to our lucky winners, please let them know. All right, congratulations, Catherine Mark. And our last lucky draw for today. Okay, congratulations, Lim. So the winners are the participants that have registered for our session for today. Thank you, Amelia. Okay, and you'll be contacted because we have your email address and also your contact details with us. Okay, thanks again to Nourish Needs for sponsoring Healthy Packs snacks. Okay, for our guests today, we have participants that asked, what can we snack? Well, you can visit Nourish Needs website to get more snacks. They have a lot of dehydrated fruits, okay, that my kids love, okay, and also many types of nuts, unsalted nuts, okay, that you can actually binge and eat without feeling guilty. So it's guilt-free snacks. Okay, Yep. So only for our participants that are attending today, everyone who go to the website and purchase from them for the first time, you get a 15% off. Please mention a promo code of Pioneers 15. Pioneers 15, okay, and this promo code valid till 31st October 2021. So this is a true healthy snacks without guilt, naturally handmade healthy snacks in Malaysia using whole fruit ingredients, okay, and also they provide a simple, authentic, and real healthy snacks on the go, okay, with no bad stuff, no nasties. All right, so visit their website, go to their Facebook and Instagram to find out more. Okay, thanks again, Nourish and Nips. Okay, next we have a feedback form. Please let us know what do you think of our talk for today. We heard many, I saw many good comments in our chat box today. Thank you so much for your encouragement and support, okay, with us today and also the past so many months. All right, give us a feedback. Let us know what do you think of Miss T's sharing, and then we'll forward to Miss T. And also not forgetting Dr. Paul for joining us today. Thank you so much for being with us here, Dr. Paul. Okay. Next is to have a huge thank you and appreciation to Gleneagles, especially the Gleneagles marketing team. Sarina is with us here today for has been supporting, bringing us so many fantastic, wonderful, generous speakers that share with us on the monthly basis. Okay, and I'll always look forward for our monthly virtual talk because I learned so much. Okay, it's so beneficial. Okay, and I'm happy that if everyone here has a benefit as well. Okay, so check on their websites, go to their Facebook, their Instagram, and the linking, okay, and go to their page as they share many informative information on their website at Gleneagles Hospital, Kuala Lumpur. Okay, so the Pioneers Financial Services is part of Prudential. So we are Prudential, part of Prudential Assurance Malaysia Berhad and also Pru Besan Takafu. And currently Prudential has this new plan called Pru Cash and Rich that is guarantee issuance for our client who wish to have a saving plan that they will definitely able to get it for their loved ones. So if you'd like to find out more, approach any of our members here, okay, our wealth planners in the group today, and then we can, we'll be very happy to explain more about the plans to you. Okay, our next health talk is on 14 November. Okay, and the topic will be men's health awareness that women should know. This is very interesting because I would also like to find out more. Okay, so everybody scan, okay, register so that you can join us next month. Okay, register early so that you will not forget. And we will send the link to join the Zoom link nearer to the event, usually on Friday, Saturday, or Sunday. Okay, so it's open to everybody and it's free. Okay, so feel free to ask your friends and your family to come and join us. So this is me. My name is Amy. I'm your host for today, and get connected with me by joining or scan this QR code, which you can link to my Facebook, my Instagram, my LinkedIn, and also I update the registration form for next month after today's session. Okay, usually I will update on what's happening on the virtual talks, okay, and some information on wealth planning and also about, yeah, certain lifestyle, okay. And this is the team, the co-host that has been helping me today, okay, to run the talk. We are from Pioneers Financial Services, so we have been established since the year 2009. We have been 11 years in the industry, more than that, okay, some of us. So hop onto our Facebook, okay, to know more about us. All right. So this is the last slide for today, our feedback form and our registration for the next health talk. Thank you so much once again for being with us, okay, today. Thank you so much, Miss T, all right, for your wonderful sharing. I've learned so much today, okay, and so thank you to Dr. Paul, thank you to Sarina, thank you to our co-host for today. Thank you everyone for being here. Have a fantastic rest of Sunday, okay, and wishing you safe and a good week ahead. Thank you so much. So till then, see you next month. Thank you.
Thanks, Amy.
Thanks, everyone.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
emotion, now I'm over it. You took a part of me, left me with the memories of we were never a family. Now you're standing in front of my door, like none of this happened at all. Guess I'm always gonna be the bad child. I guess I'm always gonna be the mad child. 'Cause you will never understand my weak mind, my weak mind. And to every single person here that doubts me, telling me that they can live without me, 'cause they will never understand my weak mind, my weak mind. I've never really been the one to reach out, acting like my life was squeaky clean now, like everything I do is just a letdown. Feeling like I always do the wrong thing, telling all the friends that I'm the bad kid. Now I'm on my own, I lost my magic, dealing with your bullshit, now I'm over.